Okay. We are now we're functional.
Are we though?
I think so. So.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh, she got that blue drink.
She got that blue drink. Sharing the love. Yeah, you are great, Emo. Thank you for the gift sub. You are always the gold package for us. You are always the golden package for us. How about that? That's better. I think that's better. I don't know. Well, in any case, welcome to tonight's game of Santos. I always feel like it's always super weird when we start because I don't know what else to say except for hello, how are you? But yes.
What else does one say when greeting others?
Yeah, when greeting friends. What does one say when you're greeting friends? Excellent question. I don't know. I don't have any friends, you know. I just have loves in my life. That's all. That is it. Okay. Well, once Adam stops rotating on his circle of doom. In the meantime, I guess we'll just go ahead and jump in and get started, and we'll start with our good old fashioned, intro-ness.
A hoedown?
A hoedown? Yes,
yeah, that's exactly where my brain was going. We're having a hoedown? What?
We are starting with a hoedown. Yeehaw, here we go! Or something.
I don't know why. Galil and Renan will be providing.
Yay! Yay! We are back, mortals.
Hello, once again.
Hello, once again, out into the void that we are talking to right now. Or whatever. I don't know. The coffee is starting to kick in. I mean, not the coffee, the water that I was drinking.
The cocaine.
I'm just waiting for the vodka to kick in.
You could kill a DM.
Hold on. Oh,
Either nobody heard me or nobody acknowledged it, and I'm okay with both.
I didn't think I was too busy trying not to blow coffee all over the monitors right now.
So, does Thunder get a point of inspiration for that?
For what? Almost killing me?
He gets everything at disadvantage now.
Yeah, he has one on his death saving throws now.
Oh no.
He has a failure on his death saving throw. Just one. Just so that if he has to, it already starts off at a -1. I think that's how that's gonna work.
So I feel like it needs to be mentioned once every campaign, like every session. So therefore, did we level up?
No.
I gave up on that because Aaron likes to tease us.
Yeah.
You just leveled up
We'll
like
go a
a
while.
month
We
ago.
just did.
like a month ago.
I
Hey,
stand by
it
what I
has to
said.
be asked.
Yeah. Yes, Dakota, that is correct. You nearly made me do a spit take all over. It would
So
have been
sorry.
bad. Yep. It's okay. It's okay. It was
Critters are
great
quitters.
timing if you were trying to, end me. End him. End him. All right.
So what was
So,
the deal with Kindred?
He's just running late from work.
Kindred is running late, so he said to get
Okay.
started without him, and he'll be here soon. But in the meantime, we'll catch everybody up. Last time on our little shenanigans, the Brigade of 8 found themselves in the city of Silvery Moon after you guys had successfully teamed up with a local rebel force, local rebel faction, as well as 2 other groups known as
Not trying to do that move.
I saw crutch.
Technical difficulties here.
Technical difficulties as we fall over.
At least we know he's wearing pants now.
At least we know he's wearing pants. If you're
Unlike
Probably
some
one of the
people.
few that actually was pants.
Right?
in this.
Pajamas count.
No, yeah, we're not judging anybody for wearing pajamas because clearly that's what we were referring to. Okay,
Right.
so, rats. My brain went poof. Okay, oh yes. So you guys had teamed up with 2 other factions, one of them, one known as the Wizards of Evermore, and the other one known as the Knights of the Living Order. Together, you 3 had managed to push out the the invading Thayan Empire that had overtaken the city of Silver Moon, had hunted down those that had managed to escape and were gathering reinforcements to the north, destroyed their portal and use of calling in for reinforcements, as well as seeing the death and destruction of their leader, the one known as Amaranth, a dragonborn seer that was one of the what's the word? One of the
dumb bitch.
apprentices. One of the apprentices of one of the Circle of 8. The circle that is just under Saztam, the ruler and leader of the Red Wizards. Over the last couple of days, I guess it's been a day or 2 since that has happened. Just a day actually. You guys had managed to kind of get settled in a little bit, had a fun game of truth or dare, and made a couple of new allies amongst the Wizards of Evermore, as well as some of the locals, particularly a kobold wizard by the name of Tricky, one of the Harper agents who had been in on this freeing of Silver Moon, as well as, and is one of the knights of Silver Moon, and his contact, a Harper agent by the name of Rennick Dustbane, who maintains and cares for the Harper hideout here in Silver Moon. You guys had traded us, or I should say, Iskra traded a song from her homeland as payment for use of this teleportation circle. And now, with a brief moment where you guys basically got together and huddled those who were magic users, Rennick taught some of you guys how to send messages, just so that way he would be aware that you guys were coming through. And that is about where we left off, with the party there in the house or halls of inspiration, a large cathedral-like building that serves as a sanctuary for those who worship music and knowledge, basically. So, now having spent probably a couple of hours there in going over some of these things, you guys are free to do what you wish. What are you doing?
Truth or dare, round 2. No, kidding.
I mean,
Careful,
you know,
careful. The more truth or dare that happens, the more likely this is about to get not okay. You all know it's true.
Oh yeah.
Are we a rated R stream because we're about?
Are we
to
18 and
We're
up?
about
Do you have that tag?
I did not have that tag operating. It's not on.
Ugh.
Yeah, you have to behave. All right, what are you guys
I
doing?
have to leave then. Bye.
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 This is Galeo's exit to the campaign.
Gosh.
So remind me, we were at the airship, and then Kindred flew off as an owl,
Mm-hmm.
and then we followed
With-
him.
Hibby and Tricky in Claw.
Right.
Renan flew Galil, and then the rest of you rode war horses,
Mhm.
which I'm assuming are still waiting for you. No, I guess what they last for an hour or 8 hours.
An hour.
An hour. Okay, so those are gone now. But it's not like you have far. You know, it's like a 30-minute walk.
Yeah.
So, what are you guys doing?
Trying to decide which character I'm playing at the moment.
Well, we can say
Identity crisis.
Oh no! We'll
Everyone's jumbled up together.
we'll
So
say
do I
that
talk like this, or do I just talk normally?
talk normally. I would say that probably Tricky's gonna stay behind with Rennick as you guys leave for the moment.
Oh,
So
okay.
you guys
Bye,
are.
guys.
Okay. And Kindred, did he go somewhere again, or is he now
He's.
with
I mean,
us?
no, he's still with you guys.
Okay. Well, do we want to go back to the airship and stay in our normal rooms, or do we want to stay in town?
Well,
I think if we're gonna stick around a while, well, go ahead, Renan.
how long do we plan to stay until we'll be leaving to this faraway land of yours?
I think Kendra just has to do something here first, and then we can leave. But I know we're coming back to fix that mythal.
Well, then I suggest we find something to do to make certain we're well equipped for the journey and the journey back.
That's
It would
Step
be-
through
actually
that portal, come back out.
it would be useful, at least for Captain Ellie. Maybe we should find her some supplies. I'm sure they've been depleted.
Did somebody get a mithril armor of some kind?
Yes,
Alcuin.
Alcuin.
Okay. Because as far as heavy and medium armors go, the only heavy and medium armor types that Renan can wear is mithril. So
All right.
that would be what Renan's going to try to focus on.
All right. You need to find some mithril armor.
Well, I'm gonna go find some cutlery.
Okay.
I
Anything
guess
else?
it's a shopping day.
Yep, the shopping day.
Shopping day. We're gonna
Shopping
go.
day.
We're gonna go look at the shops. We're just gonna window.
Like, oh my
shop
God.
right-
I got my
That'd be great.
I got my Starbucks. I'm ready.
Oh.
Wait, do they have
no.
a Starbucks here?
Yeah, it's down the street, yo.
Oh no.
I forget, on the reclaimer, do we have like, are they like hammocks, or are they like fold out like
I was
planks?
really
with,
hoping you were
like-
gonna say an espresso machine.
I was actually gonna say Keurig.
Do they have
only,
a
only
magical?
if we have the recyclable K-cups, please.
Right. Do they?
Do they have anything flavored in pumpkin and/or spice?
Oh no.
No,
It's spring right now. We have to wait.
Yeah.
we have to wait.
it's off season.
We
Oh,
can't. We can't
no.
get our white girl fix right now.
Okay then. So on
Not
the
gonna lie, I do enjoy pumpkin spice.
Yeah, I
Hey,
don't.
you know,
Ooh.
I'm not knocking it. It's just good stuff. That
Okay,
aside,
so yeah, Renan is planning to go shopping.
he wants to find some mithril armor. You're trying to
That's
find cutlery. Soul, what are you wanting to do?
Maybe he and Sonder can go find some more yummies.
Darn, I was really hoping for a collar.
Oh,
There are a few things
Wow.
I do need to get, so I'll also go shopping if you want to.
I swear
Come
I'm not
with me.
corrupting.
Cool.
okay. Okay.
But then I suppose we're making a day of it.
All right. So to answer Iskra's question, they are not hammocks so much on the reclaimer as they are like small beds.
Like Murphy beds? Like, do they fold into the wall?
Um,
I guess it doesn't matter
yeah, I mean, I guess they.
for my question.
No, I hadn't thought about it, but they were. There's enough room in there for like. They're like almost like twin size beds. They're like maybe even
Okay.
smaller than that. They're small little bunks. Basically, it's almost like having bunk beds. It's a small place for you to curl up, basically. So no queen size mattresses in this joint, but it is long enough and comfortable enough for a medium sized individual.
I'm going to be going on a quest for comfortable bedding for everybody.
Yes.
Aw.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna buy some pet stuff too.
I just want to see if I can upgrade some of my things.
Okay.
Ooh,
Like-
and maybe some paint.
Yeah.
Because our
Alright.
ship got busted.
And like nail grinder and someone's got to sharpen Oreo's paws.
Oh no. This is like a tiny little.
The airship is gonna have all these like scratch marks everywhere, of, like where he's clawing and stuff.
Oh, we
Just
better get a
claw it.
scratching post for Oreo.
Oh god.
Oh no.
That's what I'm using Grenon's wings for.
Okay.
They're gonna blame it on Oreo and really
Just the
it's
side eye that
cat.
Renan had there.
Yeah. That was great. Okay. So
I'm pretty good at the drop dead look, in case y'all haven't figured that out yet.
All
I've seen
right.
better.
So is this like a group effort of going shopping? Or are you guys just kind of
Yes.
like
Let's just all go shopping together.
Yeah, we'll all go shopping.
Yeah, we'll
In
go
case
together.
something does happen, we will all be together as well. So
Okay,
alrighty.
and I will be right back.
Need to figure out what Kindred is shopping for.
All your books.
Kindred is surprisingly mute
Limits.
right now. That's so weird.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
it's like his mouth was sewn shut.
Who used a wish spell?
Oh
Oh,
no! I mean, he still has his nose. He can breathe, so it's not terrible. It's just he can't speak at the moment. He's gone little mermaid.
yeah,
No
it
voice.
still works.
Has
Still
anyone
works.
seen a small golden shell?
All right. So, then as you guys are searching, I would have you all roll some investigation, perception checks is fine. Try and find what you are looking for.
Find what you're looking for.
By the way, guys, we can now see what you roll.
Oh
You
yeah.
should just not follow Bono because
Can
he
you, though?
has not
Wait,
found what he's looking for.
Who can see what we roll?
Well,
Yeah, how does that work?
if you're using the online, if you're using the dice on the D&D Beyond,
Beyond.
it
I
has
don't
a,
believe in that.
it has a tab now.
I'm a little old school.
I don't think they
Same.
do
Dirty 20, by the way.
Dirty 20. Okay.
Oh, what are we doing?
My dice.
Just my log.
Perception check. Like looking for shops
Shop
and things
stuff
that you
we're looking
for
for.
what you need.
I got a 10.
Okay.
True to character, I rolled a 3 plus 3 for a grand total of 6.
Yay. Okay.
You guys need to accept Uncle Iroh's mentality on shopping.
Yeah, I don't
Because
think
you know,
mine works.
the only thing better than finding what you're looking for is finding something you weren't looking for at a great bargain. Sorry.
Ooh.
That's like
You
going
said
to
investigation?
Target.
Yes.
Can I unarmed strike him
Uh,
for saying
and-
that?
You can either do investigation or perception.
Oh, perception then. Great. All right. 26.
26. All right. Cool. Cool.
I got an
Um,
8.
8. Alrighty.
Leo, you said you were the one with the dirty 20?
Yep. I rolled a 13 plus 7.
All
The
right.
only people who got good stuff. All right.
Are the ones who actually rolled with actual dice.
Hey, that's how that
Oh.
works.
I
I mean,
rolled
I rolled
a
with actual
I rolled
dice.
Yeah.
a 3 on an actual die.
You
Whatever.
both, I love that you both rolled 3s on actual dice. That's crazy.
Maybe y'all need your Christmas dice. Maybe those will work better.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think Soul's really looking for anything right now. He's just kind of like hanging out.
Yeah.
waiting for when we
For sure.
We're gonna go out to dinner, guys.
All right. So,
Is Chris thinking about stealing from the Golden Oak at this point?
Oh
Because
god.
you
clearly-
can't find blankets. You're like, maybe we should. Those were really comfy blankets back at that one inn. I wonder if I could get back in there. All right. So, you guys hit up the market. You probably have a couple hours before evening comes for the next night, anyway. So, you
Find
guys
some liquor too.
peruse the bazaar and find what you can. You do find plenty of yummies. There are several baked goods sellers and those that sell various types of pies, like the both sweet and savory kind.
Do they
And
have,
so you are able to find
bonbons?
no bonbons, but they do have some lovely apple turnovers. You know, very fresh and yummy smelling as you guys are perusing this very flea market looking space, as it's not still recovered fully from the recent onslaught, but there are a couple people that are selling their wares, particularly more so it seems like those who are selling things that are necessary, so like food and the more necessary provisions. You can find that easily. There are some vendors that sell large amounts of quilts and other sorts of bedding. Right now they seem to be pretty low on stock, only because they've been kind of using it to help those who have lost their homes recently due to the fires. But they do have some that could be comfortable. The person who has like this little home sewn little vendor stall is a elven man by the name of Sovin, and he offers you some rather decent looking, blankets and things. They're going for about 30 silver each,
That's
though, which
like-
is
It's a good bargain, Iskra. And you're supporting local business.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm super keen on these, but that's a good point.
Yeah.
Um,
I like the one that's like a tiger all over the blanket, even the one with those wolves.
no.
the two, oh, that one with the 2 wolves and the moon.
The two
Yeah,
wolves
with the
in
moon in the
moon.
middle.
3 wolves.
You flip it over and it's like a different pattern altogether. It's like a lion.
I like the one with the lady in the cloak. She looks like she does magic with stars, all the stars around, and
Oh,
the
Yep.
roses
yes,
in the
the
bottom,
cleric,
the little angels.
Guadalupe.
the famous cleric de Guadalupe. Oh no.
I'll get that one for Saul, and then I'll get the reversible wolves and like tiger stripe for Saunders.
God.
Oh wow. Oh, that is so great. I don't know how like culturally universal that is, but man, that speaks to me on a South Texas level that you would not believe. Oh my gosh. How many of those little vendors have I seen on the side of the road?
Right.
These giant blankets strung out.
Yeah.
They're super soft and very warm blankets, so
Mhm.
fantastic.
Nicely done. Yeah. Probably don't want to wash it too much because then the paint fades off eventually. But you know, for the moment, it's pretty good. All right. So you do find that. You, Galil, find a. There is a older blue dragonborn lady that is. Her name is Caldith, and she seems to be the resident junk dealer, and she's the one that at the flea market has like a stall that you can't really tell what it is that she specializes in because it almost looks like it's just a garage sale. Basically, she's just got knickknacks of all various types, and in talking to her, you do find that she has she does seem to have a couple of almost like little bread baskets that just have a bunch of forks, knives, of various sizes and things. But she comes over to you, kind of scuttles over quickly and just kind of like,
Oh, hello. What would you like to find, please? Anything at all. I have plenty of wares for you. Looking for something in particular, perhaps?
Most likely like a skillet and some knives, cooking knives.
Oh, cooking utensils. I think I have some of that right over here.
and she like quickly scuttles around to the back of a table, and you can hear her rummaging through more crates of things, and you can see her put random like large dented pots and a couple of like I was gonna say National Geographics just place on the top. You know, the classic
wow.
one.
I just realized I do that a lot now.
Yeah, just like putting all the things there for her to find, and she pulls out this like knife block that maybe at one point had like 8 knives but is now reduced to like 4. So there's like slots there for other things, but she pulls out this large heavy metal skillet and like places it up. How about this? And I have these. And if you need plates, she pulls out a bunch of like handcrafted plates that have little flowery blue, green designs that go all the way around on the side.
It's like, ooh, Galil, I like those.
I do too. Do you also have pebbles?
Pet bowls. Well, I'm sure you could use any number of. She points to a couple of like pots and bowls of various shapes and sizes. She's like, I guess it depends on the. Oh, and when she sees Oreo. Oh, well. She starts looking around for a larger sized basin, and she goes, "How this might work?" And she hands out this like what probably is like a wooden fruit bowl, but it has like carved, swirly designs on the top of it, and just like places it towards you for you to grab.
And then Oreo just comes up, bites it, and keeps it in her mouth.
It looks like she likes it.
Yeah, I'll take all of this.
Oh, all of this together?
All of it.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Carry the one, and then this is what. Oh, and this was grandmother's, and then I would put it all at 100 copper.
How about 20 gold?
I could never. I might, but I couldn't. Oh.
Where did you go to school?
If you are very generous, sir.
And I give her 20. Then put aside 5 more for Oreo. So you give her.
Aw.
Thank you. Much appreciated. She has like these raggedy clothes and kind of does like a little curtsy. Renan.
I put everything in.
Whilst watching the chaos that has been ensuing, after Galil finally pays, I'll walk up to her and I'll say, well, I've got 2 questions, if you don't mind a moment of your time.
No,
The
of course.
first one being, do you have any books? something on maybe the history of these lands. I'm not particularly familiar with it, I'm afraid.
Kansas Year's books.
Yeah, basically. I believe I have something, and just starts like shuffling around and moving things, and
I could hear that. What were you shuffling?
I'm really
I don't
intrigued.
know. Just like, oh, I
With the
don't
minis.
know what it could possibly be. That I'm pretty sure I have some things over here.
Do
Just
you
like,
literally have a junk drawer over there?
yep.
Yes,
You know, I have everything for sound effect purposes that you could possibly imagine.
There were
Absolute
those
button.
Sword Coast Geographic books. That,
There you
Yeah.
go, Sword Coast Geographic. She does have a couple of Sword Coast Geographics that she placed
Dusty
on.
pile of these magazines.
Mm-hmm. They look like they are, nicely knitted together pages written by a, various individuals. She pulls out one little book on top. She goes, this one is quite nice. It's by a traveling, what's the word? This person writes like travel brochures, talks about many of the lands and places that you can visit. She looks at the list.
nothing to
It's
be
Hepa's
written by.
Journal of Interesting Curios. If you would wish
Hepa.
to, this one was probably quite nice.
Easter egg.
Right, well, I'll take
Sorry.
it.
First.
It's you take it as a gift. Your friend has played generously for things that I couldn't possibly wish to make that amount of money in months. So
Well,
this
and
is my
the second question is rather a giving note as well. Do you happen to sell any weapon?
You see her eyes just go big. Oh, no, dear. I'm sorry.
The
I
wooden
have.
spoon.
Yeah, she pulls out like a chancla. She's like, this is it. That's all I have.
A legendary
Buy
weapon.
it. It's
no,
a wondrous
dear.
item.
Yeah.
So she's like, I have this one sandal I haven't been able to get rid of.
Well, my question being, do you happen to want to sell any?
It's honestly not something that I don't think I could possibly learn to sell such elaborate things. I wouldn't know how to sell these things.
All right,
But
fair enough.
she kind of looks around nervously. Possibly if you talk to Renkin, he has a little shop down the way. Do you see that street over there? She goes, about 4 houses down. You can see a little. He's a bit of a tinker, and maybe he could do something with these weapons that you have. But at the moment, I'm not comfortable selling weapons. She's kind of still looking around, like nervously.
Of course, thank you very much.
Of course.
And how much you said the book would be a gift, but I couldn't possibly. Would you?
No. Please, if you are traveling through these lands, for it is my understanding that this Hippa writes some of the best things you can find, most informative material. She's done a lovely piece on a town far to the north that was a few scathing reviews, but not very informative.
What was the name of the book?
Hippa's Journal of Curiosities.
Does it tell you like proper etiquette when on a ladder? Dealing
It's just like
with
a how-to
toxic
book
material.
on how to do things.
There you go.
I mean, you can pick it up and kind of peruse through it if you wish.
I'll do that during the long rest.
Okay.
Soul's in the background. He found some like kind of shiny stuff that he's picking up and playing with, and then
Yeah, just like puts back. Nice.
It just turns into a cat.
I did.
That's all. That.
Wait, did you just turn into a cat?
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
look over and I try to pay attention. What is it that Soul is playing with at the moment?
Well, Soul was playing with something, but
I know.
Is that what happened? You're like you were gonna drop it, and then you turned into a cat because,
No, they totally fell and made a loud noise, so he panicked and
and then turned into a cat.
they were. I'm looking down on the ground like they're right there.
I'm like, I'm yelling, whose cat is this?
I just smirk.
They were these cool-looking wooden cups.
Kind of
Like
goes
made
along.
out of
It
different
looks like they
wood.
probably went along with that bowl.
I offer the saleswoman 5 copper pieces for the or 5 silver pieces for the cups.
Oh, well, thank you. This is more than what they are worth, but I highly appreciate it. If ever there is anything else that I can find for any of you or your lovely friends, just come to Caldith's Curiosities and, I will do what I can to see if I can find whatever you are looking for.
Thank you much.
Of course.
And I proceed to the shop she told me about.
I
I'll
went
go with-
to paw at Saunders' leg.
I'm gonna pick him up and just hold him.
Oh, just the cuddles of the soul kitty.
All right. So, leaving the shop, you now have some goodies already now. What else are you guys wanting to do?
Saunders on the lookout for a quarterstaff.
Quarterstaff?
I have a feeling the shop we're going to is where you're gonna want that.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys want to go there then?
Like carrying this armful of blankets. I like.
It's like, I have a bag. You
I was just
need
about
help?
to ask. Yes, please.
I
The bag
open
of
it.
holding.
Yeah,
Nice.
I open one piece.
All right.
Okay, come on.
I ask for help, just like stuffing them in there. It's like.
Get in there!
The bag just like.
Yeah,
All right.
There we go.
Awesome. So having stashed away the blankets into the bag of holding, as well as the rest of your whatever little knickknacks that you have found, what? Are you guys heading over to the shop then?
Yeah.
Weapon dealer or smith.
Yeah.
So you go over to the shop, and it's called, where's my list here? This particular place. Okay, this one is called Marvelous Bracers. It says Renkin's Marvelous Bracers. And it does look like it's like someone's house that they kind of run a little shop on the side from. But I'm assuming you guys enter.
Mhm.
Yeah. So upon entering into the shop, you are immediately hit with the smell of leathers, oils, metal.
Your night.
Oh, okay. It is a very interesting mixture, conglomeration of scents, because it smells like almost a little bit like
Walls are
food.
red.
Almost a little bit
Perfect.
like food, but it still smells like metallic. It has a very almost irony taste to the air, but it also smells like grease. It almost like a mechanic shop with a taco shop in it too, or something. You just food and stuff. It just smells
Ooh,
like
if there's
stuff.
food, I'm getting some tacos too.
I think we are in the right place.
Hell yeah.
But the door opens, and as you open the door, and the little bell goes off, ding 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 ding, and you guys go inside. You can see that they're in the living room that has been converted into a little shop thing. There's a couple of slanted trays and baskets that hold, again, various knickknacks. You can see some that have various kinds of leather bracers. You can see on the wall that there's a few various weapons that are hung up there, but they're nothing too ridiculous, nothing too fancy looking. But they do look like they have a varied variety of goods coming from around the corner from another room and into this main room. You see a grizzled, probably middle-aged, maybe slightly older, starting to get that salt and pepper in his hair, dwarf.
Hello? Can I help you?
Yes. There's a couple of things that I've been on the lookout for, and on top of that, another question once that business is concluded. By any chance, do you know where in these parts I could get mithril armor?
Oh, mithril armor. That would be a rare find indeed. I'm afraid I don't carry any of this stuff right now. Unfortunately, our previous benefactors, if you will, kind of cleared me out of my good stock, so I've only got some of this until I get resupplied.
Fair
But
enough.
you might want to check some of the armories. I've heard they've been plundered, probably by whoever's gonna be in charge now, so they might know some. Well, you might find something.
Well, I'll certainly take you up on that. And therefore, onto my secondary business. Well, first off, my friend is looking for a quarterstaff.
Oh, you need a walking stick, or you?
He looks you over, up and down.
Oh, no, you need a quarterstaff.
one.
Yeah, something. You planning on hitting people with it or something?
Yeah. A good whack.
Oh, all right. Let me see what I can find then.
Starts like shuffling around, goes to another side room, and comes out with a little bundle that he's carrying over his shoulder of sticks that he's like having to carefully maneuver out the doorway so they don't like hit and knock things over. But he sets it down and kind of like puts it on one of the open countertops and lets you come over and peruse.
Yes, I will peruse.
Alrighty.
All of the perusing.
All of the perusing.
I would
And
refer to Chile instead
I
of
was-
Peruse, please.
And I was
Well done.
wondering, would you be willing to trade one of the quarterstaffs for something that I'd be happy to leave with you?
I guess it depends on what it is.
A hand axe, a long sword, a mace, and a shield.
I'm assuming they're yours.
Of course.
Right. Just don't want no previous owners, if you know what I mean.
No. It's quite simple, really. And I extend the wings out. I only can carry so much.
Oh, I see. All right. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull out some books here.
So is it just like regular things? These things that where did you grab these things from?
They were my starting equipment.
Oh, that moment in the video game when you sell all your starting equipment so you can start getting new stuff. Got it.
I have no use for them. I've got Frostbrand. I'm good.
Let's see here. Yeah. So he starts looking over the stuff. Oh God, where is this?
Are you looking for how much they're worth?
I am looking. Yes and no.
'Cause I have my inventory open and I can tell you from here.
Oh, I see. Well, I was looking for the adventuring gear for all the other stuff that he has, just so that I can have it up.
Gotcha.
There it is. Found it. Okay, so you said a shield, a hand axe. What else?
A longsword and a mace. I am going to ask him if he has any other maces that are beyond a regular mace. I doubt.
Magical maces.
Free have been, like I said, cleared out of all the good stuff. I do have
Understood.
some rather sturdy materials, if you'd be interested. Probably make a trade, perhaps. I would say, give you...
Looking over all the items.
Give you, like, 2 gold, and then exchange for, pretty sturdy mace.
And my friend being able to leave with the quarterstaff of his choice.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh, let the haggling begin.
Ooh.
Let's
Potion
get
of
ready to
haggling.
haggle.
I am in love with these dice, and they seem to love me too.
Prove it.
I don't know what my bonus is. Persuasion?
Persuasion, yes.
You gotta
18.
start the little mini game for persuasion or bargaining.
Yeah, with it. What was it in before Skyrim? Oblivion, whenever you do the haggling and it was like that little weird meter circle
Yeah.
thingy. You said 18? I think. Just checking. It's like,
I think we can manage something like that. Sure.
so you do get
And so he's offering.
yeah, it's a rather nicely crafted mace. It'll be like basically like a +1 mace.
Could it stop a bear?
I mean, if you hit the bear in the right spot, probably.
But
I
spray
call
it.
this one the Windu.
Oh, aha! I got 2 jokes at one time. My brain's gonna explode. Let's stop a bear because it's mace, and then the Windu because of mace. Wow, that was
Goodness.
a great
Okay.
moment.
And so I give him the hand axe, the longsword, the mace, and the shield. I got a +1 mace and I got 2 gold. Is that
Mhm.
how? Okay.
Nice.
And of course,
And then yeah, I wanted to take a look at the quarter steps. What did they have?
They are pretty. They're sturdy looking staffs made of different woods. Some of them are decorated, not necessarily anything that
So they're
looks
just ornate.
Yeah, they look more like along the ornate, just different designs, so you can
Mhm.
choose some that have different aesthetic appeals to you.
Anything anything with +1s?
There is one that you see that is actually on the door, like on the very back wall above.
Mhm.
Like it looks like it's part of it almost looks like a curtain rod at first, and then you realize that it is kind
Oh.
of like placed on the mantelpiece. And it's got on either side, it's got a very textured silvered cap that kind of curls around on each side of the staff.
Well, drinking. Could
He
I
like
look
starts following your eyes, looking up there.
could I take a look at that one?
Sure.
He goes back to the other room, and you hear the as he like pulls or pushes out a like stepping
ladder.
stool that kind of like
Oh.
3 foot like it has the 3 little steps. And just like rolls it over against the wall, climbs up, and then carefully takes the staff off.
what did you say it looked like?
It's a
Swirling silver.
It's got like silver swirling caps around each
Mhm.
end of it. They go probably a quarter of the length each way.
Huh?
He like sets it down on the ground. You can hear it like kind of clang as that metal hits the stone floor.
It's like, this is old family heirloom.
I see.
Are you interested in this?
I am.
Well,
No.
I'm afraid this one's not gonna be able. I'm not gonna able to just part with this one with your friend's deal.
I am. I understand. I would be willing to pay extra for this one.
He just kind of like takes a deep breath and starts looking it over, looks at you and looks it over.
What are you willing to offer?
50 gold?
He like his fingers like tighten around it a little bit.
What is the story behind it? How many great dwarves have held this staff?
Well, it didn't exactly belong to any dwarves. More of a elven relic, if I recall the stories my grandfather told me. But it belonged to a friend of his back in one of the great old wars for the spell plague and beyond. Its origins a little unknown, actually.
Can I insight this guy to see if he's just like BSing to try
Sure.
to
Oh.
Yeah.
make Sonder pay a bunch of money?
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, he might get away with it. I rolled pretty low.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was just a 13.
Okay. A 13. I mean, he's been rather friendly and open with everybody up to this point, and this is the first time he shows a little bit of trepidation.
Reserve, yeah.
Yeah, at telling the story.
Could
I go,
I... Yeah. Could I feel it? Just get a feeling of how it is balanced and...
Sure.
Like frowns a
I'll
little as he like
I'll slowly, yeah.
hands it over.
How does it feel to me? Do I get anything from it?
Kind of
Feelings?
toss it from side to side. I don't know, however you
Yeah.
test a quarterstaff. Kind of do a little bit of a flourish, kind of swing it around a little bit back
Yeah.
and forth. Make a investigation check.
Okay. Not my
It's
strong
definitely heavier than you imagined. Oh my god.
The staff chooses the monk.
Oh, I got an 8.
An 8.
Yeah. Nice.
It feels rather heavy compared to most of the quarterstaffs that you've given a whirl to. And like even as you end that flourish, you can feel like it has a very solid strength to it.
75 gold.
Yeah. It's kind of like stays looking
hand
at
it
you
back
and
to
then looks at everybody.
Or you're just over there licking your lips.
If you make it an even 100, you've got a deal.
That'll do. Would you mind perhaps throwing in a few arrows?
Sure.
Okay, we have a deal. Then I'll go and shake his hand.
Like a big meaty
Yeah!
paw.
I'm so excited.
But he still kind of looks at you. He's like,
You take care of it. You hear me?
Cursed item now.
I will. It will have. It will create more memories, more history, in battle, for good.
I don't want my grandpapa's ghost coming after me because you started some sort of terrible thing.
We'll kill the ghost. Don't worry.
I think it'll be in good hands.
The cat just starts meowing.
All right. He kind of like stands up and a little taller. All
I'll
right.
bow to him. Thank you.
Of course. Of course.
He grabs a bundle of arrows. You get like 10 arrows.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. That'll do.
All right. All
It
right.
is a regular quarterstaff.
I was wondering, please, sir.
I will have to see. I'm making a note that you got it though.
You did it. You took that man's precious family heirloom.
Yep.
Wow.
I gave him 100 gold for it,
Nice.
plus the deal that Renan had. So
A lot of
it
dough.
must have meant a lot to him. I'm glad that.
It's a
It-
cursed
it's the
item now. You have to
seed.
go and take care of it.
Fuck.
Until he
Oh,
finds
no.
like a magical one and then just discards this one like on the side of some cave somewhere.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh,
I didn't know.
You'll at least
now you do.
transmog the magical one to look like this one.
There you go. Oh wow, this is turning into an online MMO game.
Yeah.
All right. So, for the moment, shopping. Anything else that you guys were looking for? Did you guys leave the shop and
I was seeing.
Feel
I was
the-
going to. I was going to see if I could get like poison darts or like
I was looking for poison arrows.
poison arrows or poison darts.
Guess we need to find a poisoner.
I mean, he said this was
Oh,
a
yeah.
tinkerer's
Yeah.
shop.
And I would like to go to the armories.
The moment felt very heavy, so I didn't want to like keep asking for things.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think the armory would be the best bet, though.
You know, like those customers that you ask a question and then they go out of their way to like figure out the answer for you. And during all of that time of researching, when they think it's done, then you're like, oh, and then one more thing. And then
I'm terrible at that.
yeah, I don't want to be that guy, so I'm good with.
I'm
getting
already that
this.
guy, but I'm terrible at trying to stop to being that guy.
this is why you just tell them all the things you're looking for.
right from the beginning? All right. So,
Didn't work that way.
you guys are gonna head back to the Vault of Sages because that is basically the current location of where anybody, I guess, that might know. You've passed a couple of the older, or what had been the barracks of a couple of the past regime, and know from experience now that they have been rather cleaned out already. So you imagine any of the goods that they may have confiscated would be
Ooh,
back at the Vault of Stages.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So you guys head back over there? Yes.
We're done with these shops, guys?
I think
Yes,
so.
indeed.
All right. So, then you guys head back to the Vault of Sages, making your way through the town. The afternoon is now settling into evening as the sun is starting to set, casting its golden amber light across the sky and the horizon, and it feels refreshing and cool as evening settles in. And you can tell that there is a little bit of
Wild.
life. There's a little bit more life in the city than you felt before. Like, there's not like there's people partying out in the streets or anything, but the general atmosphere of the city of Silvery Moon now feels so much lighter. As people that you see in passing as they walk back and forth from places don't look like they are scurrying or keeping their head low. They seem more open, I guess, now. So, crossing the makeshift bridge back to the south, south bend, the south bank. You guys approach Vault of Sages and see that people are gearing up for another evening meal as you approach, and the smell of cooking fires and the smell of roasting meats and bubbling stews fills the air. What would you like to do? Anybody in particular you're looking for, or just gonna kind of ask around for where they might have some things?
Yeah, I'm just gonna start asking around to see where anything from the armories may have been taken.
Okay. You wind up going back and forth with a couple of people. There's a few of the wizards point to some of the knights and have you ask them, because they were the ones who kind of started taking stock and inventory of things. And you find a human man by the name of Marcus Winter. And he seems to be the one who's been kind of keeping tabs on what things have been found from the retaking of Silvery Moon. So, you're asking about, what was it again?
Well, the contents of the armories, and in particular, if there was any mithril armor.
Ooh, a mithril. Well, that's a little bit of a tall order. I don't recall seeing any mithril amongst that was taken back from the Empire, but I can give it a double look over and see what I can find.
I'd greatly appreciate it.
I'm gonna come out of cat form.
Okay.
Big 8 foot tall furbolg.
Kind of looks mildly surprised at you as you appear in your taller form.
While you're also looking for that mithril, would you happen to have found any scimitars or whips that are of magical nature?
From what weapons we were able to acquire from the previous owners of the barracks, it didn't seem to me that there were too many whips of any variety aside from the regular ones. Run-of-the-mill leather. I don't think there were any magical kinds. But if something comes up, I'll be sure to go in your direction, try and find, locate you, if that is what you are seeking. Scimitars, there were plenty, but again, of magical nature. I did not notice any.
I feel like maybe we might want to try at home, guys, or on the way.
Yeah, that is fair.
I agree. There are plenty of other magical based cities along the way.
Well, if they are, they're gonna be under Thayan control. So I would advise you keep cautious when you're asking for magic. Particularly, they have a tight finger on that pulse, if you will.
Maybe we could visit the elves in the deep forest again. They might have something.
There might be an
If you
enchanter.
if you were looking for mithril, then I would assume that's probably where you might find some.
Oh, well, I've learned something.
Elves generally like to keep their mithril secrets to themselves. That's probably why we didn't really find too many here in the city that I recall.
Do you find any silvered weapons by any chance?
I think that we might have a few. You looking for silvered weapons?
Yes, a silver rapier.
I don't know or recall if there were any rapiers, but
Or a long sword.
a longsword I might have. If that's what you want, I can try and find you some.
Sweet.
Even if it's not currently bathed in silver, we could probably have someone make something like that for you.
If you're just gonna dip it in silver, though, I
We have
can't provide
we have
the sword.
we have craftsmen. If we find ourselves a silvered weapon, I can try and get it something made for you. It would take some time though.
I'm okay with that.
All right. I'll see what I can do. So he will
Iskra
take
kind of frowns.
If there is anything else that you would ask, he's gonna go through his records and see what stuff he can find, and he'll try and get back in touch with you if he finds anything. Anything else you guys want to do for the evening, or just kind of settle in for the night?
I wanted to
Get
ask
food.
him. There was a Yuan-Ti that lived under the city. Have there been any reports?
I had heard about that. There's I think they posted up a notice in the town bulletin board about wanting to gather some folk to go and clear out whatever's underneath the city, just to double check.
Yeah. Would you guys want to do that?
Figure why
I
not?
suppose.
I figure if anyone do it, it probably best that we are the ones. So
But I do have a singular question. What exactly has the Yuan-Ti done?
they've conspired with Amaranth, and I believe provided her with those experiments we saw down in the dungeon.
Fair enough.
Perhaps we could ask them if this is true.
I would say, try and find either Thalu or one of the Circle of Accord. They're the ones who are organizing the search through the waterways.
Many thanks.
Of course. If you give me some time, I'm gonna look through my ledgers of what we have acquired and see what we can find.
All right.
All right. He just like, okay, and starts going back to his books and starts like flipping through, seeing what he can find. So, what are you guys doing?
Go find.
Oh, I was
Shawarma.
on mute. Oops.
Oh.
Go find Thalu, right?
Yeah.
I think
Oh.
I'm gonna go check on the Fang progress and see how Aliquin's doing. You guys can fill me in.
Okay.
All right.
I'll
So-
join Iskra.
I say we
Do
get something
we-
to eat.
Yes. Okay. Let's do that instead.
Yes. Eat. Food is important.
He was gonna ask if they should look for the Yuan-Ti tonight or wait till tomorrow, but you know what? Food. So yeah, food.
Alrighty. All right. So, you guys go and get dinner. Iskra, you and Renan, you head over to the central courtyard area where the Fang is currently still resting. You can see that most of the work crews seem to have taken off for the night. A few of the tents are empty. That normally had some of like the craftsmen that had been working there or working in them. So You look around, but you don't see too many people that seem to be. There's some people that are like sitting out in the grassy areas of the courtyard, eating their meals and kind of just like looking at the ship or just relaxing, having conversation. But you don't see Alequin or any of the others around at the moment. But you can see that some headway has been made. The hole is in the side of the ship is still there, but you can see that it is now being, it has been cut off all the broken sections and have the start of some of the planking along the side has begun. So the wall is starting to be covered. It still has some work to be done, but that part seems to be taken care of.
I, survey the ship and look around at everything, and I look to Renan. Like, think you could give us a lift up to the deck? We could go check the elemental chamber.
I can certainly try.
All right.
Grab on and with a deep beat of the wings, take off.
Take off up into the sky.
You just hear like wee.
In the city, they just suddenly hear Iskra, wee!
Wow.
Is once again in the courtyard of the Vault of Sages. Iskra lifted off into the sky once again.
But this time I'm
Jesus
doing like the
Christ.
Titanic thing.
Yeah,
She can
Yes.
fly. She can fly. She can fly.
but he's going too fast, and your like face is getting all like.
Like the
good
Disney
God.
princess, like
Yes.
realistic.
Can't fly
can
that
show
fast.
the
Goodness.
world.
Oh my god. All right. So you get to the deck of the ship and you see there seems to be one of the knights of the living order that like instantly turns around, hand on the hilt. A half elf woman just kind of turns and then sees you guys and like relaxes a little bit, nods.
Kind of laugh mildly. Good evening.
Hello.
Thank you for not attacking us.
Well, somewhat startled me, but it's fine. Can I help you find something?
I was just looking for our friend Alequin and wanted to check on the progress, see if you got the fire elementals in the elemental chambers.
She kind of like furrows her brow and like, Alequin. I think I know who you're speaking of. I have not seen him in a little bit of time. He retired back inside the vault. But as far as I know, the elementals are safely stored away within the ship. It is ready to go as far as that's concerned.
Do you mind if I take a look? Just personal interest. I believe you.
Of course. Do you see her kind of stare down at the wood, at the deck of the ship for a moment? The others down below know that you are coming, so they know to expect you. She kind of nods and like turns her attention towards the open stairwell that leads down to the lower decks.
I nod at her. Thank you. And head down that way. I turn and say to Renan, oh, they have spies murmurs too? We really need to get you one.
Agreed.
So, you guys head down to the lower decks. Right.
Yes.
As you guys go down to the second, you remember from whenever you had been in here before with Gabriel that the elemental chambers were on the third deck, and so you go down below and make your way out. By the time you get to the stairwell of the second deck leading to the third, a human woman, also dressed similarly to the Knights of the Living Order, comes up and she's like, you're the ones coming down to see the chambers.
I let Renan take the lead this time.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, well.
Oh.
What?
How are things going on the matter?
Well, everything is in order, I suppose. From what I haven't exactly asked him. We are just providing guard duty, as it were, while the experts are resting. If you follow me, and she goes back down the stairs again. And as you guys are walking that direction, both chambers now have their elementals, I believe is what it was. They are inside, and I believe all of those things are in order. I do have a bit of a request or something. While me and one of my associates were down here below, we discovered there was it's going to be difficult to explain. There was something that called to us down here on the 3rd floor. That we found a hidden recessed room in a section that looked like it was just a wall. We did some looking around and found it was a small secret cabin, I suppose. Would you mind if I show you this first?
Insight?
I look at Renan. Like,
Sure.
That's a good start. Yep, 26.
26? Seems truthful.
Alright.
Earnest. She points a little down the hallway. You can see that there is some lantern light coming from an open doorway over there.
Very well, lead the way.
She walks a little bit ahead of you, and you guys follow her to the open doorway. And inside, you see what looks to be about the equivalent of kind of a large broom closet. It's not very big. I don't think you guys were there for the room that had like the little treasures and stuff that Kindred and
I
all the
was
rest of
not.
them found. Okay, so it's smaller than that, but like I said, it's like kind of like a broom closet, a little walk-in closet, as it were. But you can see that the door that is now swung open on the inside is matches up with the wall planking on the outside, to where it looks like this section looks like it would be part of whatever room is on the other side of this wall, but you wouldn't normally be able to tell that it was there. On the inside, you can see a female elven woman there that's kind of curiously looking at what looks like 2 sarcophagus that are standing up against each wall and are strapped and with heavy looking ropes that are run through these ringlets that are on the wall itself.
Okay.
We found
You may want
these.
to make the party aware of this.
yeah, good thinking. Although, I could have sworn I remember Kindred having the spies mirror on when he had a conversation about these.
So you know what these are?
Not exactly. I know that they were important to Amaranth, though.
You can see immediately both women kind of just their eyes open up and like look over at you. Oh. The elven woman kind of takes a step back and puts a hand to her hilt of the sun saber at her side. You mean like they're dangerous?
Honestly, I'm not sure. to all the party. Hey, there was a smuggler's chamber found in the Fang. Sorry to interrupt dinner. There's some
Mid-bite.
coffins in here.
What was inside?
You hear Kindred. What do they look like?
I look at them.
They
You didn't describe them.
No. You're right. It was funny.
Wow.
So, hold on. Looking over them, they both appear to be made of stone, but getting a closer look, almost look like metallic in nature of the way that these coffins are designed. They're very square in shape. So whereas like sometimes you'll see coffins that are like wider at the top and then kind of like narrow down, right? These are they look like large shoeboxes, but a little narrower, enough to fit probably a rather tall person inside. There doesn't seem to be any markings on the sides of the sarcophagus itself, but there is a symbol on the top of each of these, on the lid itself.
They're totally rectangular. They are taller than me. They're made of maybe stone, but maybe some kind of ore. And there's a symbol on them.
What does the symbol look like? You hear Kindred ask.
I pay close attention to the symbol.
Looking at the symbol, you see that it is a strange. Hold on, let me see if I can get the proper. It looks almost like a diamond. It's almost like a diamond in shape. It's looks partially worn, so it's kind of hard to make out some of the bits of it. But the top, as you look at it, you can see that what you thought was actually worn out itself is actually different shaped spires and buildings. The lower half of it looking like it represents some sort of floating island.
I'm gonna put my hand on the symbol to try to since it's worn, to see if it's embossed or anything, if maybe I can make out better what it is by touch.
Okay. And in touching it, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Make a constitution.
I'll be right back.
All right, that's a little better. +5, 21.
21. All right.
Mhm.
So
16 plus 5 investigation.
looking this over, you see that it is not indeed you touch it as best as you can and kind of scrape off what you thought was a little dust or something, and it kind of just brings the image sharper, and that top half indeed looks like a floating city is what this image looks like.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a floating city in a diamond.
Are we all tuned in, or is it just?
Yeah, I'd be telling everybody.
Yeah, telling everybody.
Would
You
it
hear
perhaps be a tent?
You hear Kindred, don't touch anything. That's the symbol.
Maybe a little
for
late for that.
I think that's the symbol for Netheril.
Oh,
And on that, we are going to go on break real quick.
whoa! That's a lot to deal with.
Cool.
So, we're gonna be taking a quick little break for 10 minutes, and then we will pick up from there. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I'm going to inhale this sandwich real quick. So, my Postmate. Oh man,
Howard,
I started. this.
Come
I'm
on.
sorry.
Okay, we
you
are.
already said you
back.
were.
Yeah, well. All right. Welcome back. Sorry.
everyone.
Sorry for the delay. Got a little distracted.
Do it. so.
Also, Parrish, we're gonna need that book, by the way. So our lovely Parishnikov, as a Easter egg back story, Parishnikov has played in a one shot before where he played a traveling Yelper. Not really. I always call it the traveling Yelper, but Hippa is a travel guide writer, and in one of the one shots that we did a while back, did a wonderful like breakdown of the town that I cannot remember for the life of me what the name of the town was called. Greymore. It was called Moon over Greymore. So it was the town of Greymore, and he gave it like this great scathing review. It was priceless. I'll have to try and find that review and post it in the Discord at some point.
That was the one that we did, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oof.
It was good. It was good stuff. So thank you, Parrish, for that, and you are now forever
Yes.
going to be the travel guide that we all turn to when
Yes.
we need to find an article. You know, you just Google HIPAA's review service.
Stars Across Silver Moon. A
Yeah.
Seeker's Guide.
Yeah. I saw
Double
that. Stars
Companion.
Across Silver Moon. Yep. It was great. It's great. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. So, to get us back in that zone. Iskra, you hear Kindred's like, "Don't touch anything. I think that's the symbol for Netheril." As your hand is
Little
on
late.
this is on the thing. You see the Pernilla, the human knight. She comes like she just sees you like just staring at it and with your hand on it. Like, are you okay?
Yeah, sorry, talking to someone. I
Oh.
guess this is important.
Good to know.
And I was told not to touch it. So I take my hand away.
She just kind of does that face of just like, oh. She kind of looks at her elven friend there, and then at you two. Well, then perhaps we should leave and wait
Can I
for.
ask, when you said it was calling to you, what that sounded like exactly?
You see her and the elven woman kind of share a glance. There is an ability that the knights have, where we're able to sense a presence or a living mind. And while we knew that the ship was empty, there was not even a full presence. It was as if it was a shadow. And the closer we got to the section, the stronger that shadow was. It was a hollow mind. Something that is there but not there. It is strange even to try and describe it. It's not something that we have sensed before. But now that we are in this room, there are two shadows.
I look at the two boxes.
Yeah.
And, draw, I think,
The
the conclusion
conclusion.
that most people would.
And you
Renan
notice now
just looks up Oh, really? Two shadows. No shades.
You see both lids have the same symbol over it. I don't think whatever's inside is quite all there. It's as if it was something of or once had a mind. But it is almost asleep. A slumber, I guess. It is a strange sensation. I can sense, or we can sense, a creature's emotions or thoughts. It's not quite the same as mind reading, but we get the general sense of what is going on. And there is nothing in there. There's no thought or emotion, but there is a mind. And by that is what I mean a shadow. So you know something is there, but it's not visible.
Strange.
Renan?
Do we know where what was his name? The guy that was with the dragon. It's
Gabriel.
beyond me. Gabriel. Do we know where his body is?
Chopped up into little pieces.
Really?
Well, at least his head was removed by Kindred.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And as I recall, he stabbed him multiple times with his sword afterwards.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's
Except it's removing his
So,
head with the
you know,
Would I know if Speak with the Dead would still work on the head?
Hmm. Whoa.
Will or will not?
Yeah.
Okay.
it requires a head.
So I'm aware of where the head is.
I don't even know where the head is. I don't know if he kept it. I think he kept it. Let me see if
I
it's
think
in
he
here.
kept it.
Just keep
I
it.
think I recall he put it in the bag of holding.
Oh, gross.
I know he kept it. I just don't know where he placed it.
Where he put it.
Iskra doesn't actually know anything about this.
Right.
Kindred's smart enough to not put it in the bag of holding because he know it'll decompose fast.
Ice. The ice room.
Because he died how
the
many days
ice
ago?
room. 3?
Yeah.
3 days ago.
3 days. At least.
Um,
Considering that was like a month and a half ago.
It feels
So-
like a month and a half ago.
Last month.
I
Iskra.
don't. Sorry, I don't see it, but I imagine he still has
Sonder?
it.
Safe to assume that he has it. It's pretty-
when Kindred and is it Aliquin or Galil? We were in the captain's quarters. There was a figure that was inside of there that was also calling. I'd had them investigate that as well to see if it's linked.
I'll go look for matching symbols.
Iskra,
This was
could you perhaps ask Kindred to bring me the head of the Dragon Master?
I'm sorry, what?
Gabriel's head.
And why would Kindred have Gabriel's head?
Certainly ask Kindred why he took Gabriel's head.
Because y'all are nasty.
I mean, I can't say much. I butchered the dragon. So,
the
And
the
then we
idol
all fed him to everybody.
the idol in his room. It had to do with Tiamat.
Kindred, can you come up here?
Yep, I'm already on my way.
And Sonder, I'll go investigate that.
Be careful. It calls. There is something dark about it.
Yeah,
Are you talking
that
about
kind of thing
that,
doesn't scare me.
statue?
Renan's just sitting here. I'm gonna need a whole lot of sage for this ship.
I'm gonna look at everybody in the room. So
Mhm.
the two knights and Renan.
Yep.
I guess there's something with a presence in the captain's quarters as well. One of our allies suggested that I take a look.
Right. We've kind of cleared out a lot of the rooms that were in here. Some of those belongings that were in the captain's quarters. The Wizards of Evermore have, I think, disposed of some of them. They did say something about a darker influence,
Mhm.
and they didn't want any sort of temptation or darkness to spread from it. I believe they destroyed a lot of what was there that wasn't of value or use. But if you
Iskra, we
wish,
should
you can
go to Obroth about this.
You can check in. Whoop! I lost one.
What?
Oh nope. Wait, how many did we lose? Why did it move around? Oh,
I don't know, but it's being
Yeah,
weird.
we're all still here. That's weird.
That was weird.
It's having a thieveya.
Yeah, that was strange.
I like
Okay.
how it's all
Like-
super crazy.
You have my body, Kiki Ronan. Nice.
Perish. What is happening?
Y'all see that?
I don't know, but everything just moved around for a second.
It's the dark influence of the thing.
Yes.
It's the dark influence. It's here.
That's
The
A sleepless
No,
malice.
it's emo. She said there was a disturbance in the force, and then everything moved around. That was really strange. I don't
Everyone
know.
switch clothes.
Everyone switched clothes? No, I didn't.
It
was like
high
a
five.
It's like a
PowerPoint.
big-
Or
oh
did we?
no.
Oh wait, this way, Sonder. We can high five.
Yeah, there you go.
Other side.
Point.
No, yeah, they got it.
There you go.
2, 3.
Yeah.
Got it. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right.
Yeah.
So, you guys. Oh yeah, the night. It's like, you would have to probably ask, and she nods towards Renan when you say over. They might know what you are seeking. I can show you where the room is, if that's what you want.
Might be worth a look just in case anything got missed.
Sure. She turns and kind of like rubs her arms, and she like grabs the lantern that was in the room, and the elven woman follows her out as well. She turns to her. What was her name again? Oh, Hadine. Would you stay by the door just in case? The elven woman nods, and the human one, the knight, takes you up the stairs to the second floor, where the old captain's quarters of Gabriel and Frostborn had once been. She opens the door, and you walk inside, and you can see that this room has indeed been cleaned out. You can see that the bedding has been replaced and is still there. There's still like all the basic elements that were in the room to begin with, or you assume were in the room to begin with, remain. But it looks like, it's been kind of cleaned and stuff. Once you're inside, go ahead and make a perception check.
You bet I will. You bet I will roll a 7.
Okay. All right.
Well, this looks like a room.
Not just any room. It's a room that looks like a room.
All right.
Definitely the room that I'm
Oh, My
Supposed to be in.
God.
Adrian's room.
Oh my God.
Smells like man.
This room is pretty roomy.
Iskra keeps walking out to her mailbox. My computer keeps saying that I've got mail.
No.
Oh.
Yep, that just happened. Okay, so as you are looking about the room, there is something of a strange feeling that you get, Iskra, but it's maybe you're not quite sure if it's so much your imagination at knowing that this was Gabriel's room and knowing how strange and tainted / twisted he was of a person. So it's just kind of that creepy feeling of,
Right.
I'm in the room of a serial killer and it now looks so very normal. You know, it's just that like kind of unsettling vibe to it.
Right.
But you're not sure if it's just that or if there is actually that sort of presence. But Pernilla looks around and is just like, I can't say that I know what it is that you're looking for or feeling, but I can assure you from my senses point of view that there's nothing left of whatever that feeling was.
Well, I trust you. This kind of thing doesn't normally get to me, but I am feeling a little put off. Maybe could we have missed that diamond symbol? Surely nobody was looking for it earlier.
That symbol I haven't seen anywhere else on the ship. I mean, we've been walking around and patrolling the lower decks for a good portion of the day. And I have not run across anything that looks similar to that.
Well, sure, but you weren't looking for it, right?
I suppose it's true. I was not looking for it.
Can I, like, investigate the room? Or do I need to be more specific?
No, I mean, if you're just looking for more of that symbol or symbology,
Yeah, for that
That specific
particular
one?
symbol.
yeah, go for it.
That is a artificial 20.
Artificial 20.
Yes.
Looking around the room, you carefully inspect each of the wooden panels that line the walls, and there is one section that has one wall that has the windows, some like frosted windows that would lead or show outside. But nothing, no symbols that seems to match anything. There's no markings on any of the walls. You can see that there are some holes where maybe things have been pinned or stuck and stabbed into the walls. There are some, various dents of that nature, but nothing that looks like a symbol that you're looking for.
Oh, sorry I didn't take your word for it. This place is cleaned out.
No, you are fine. As you said, I wasn't looking for these things. But I will keep an eye out if you're trying to find something along that line.
Yeah, please do.
She nods. Her attention kind of goes off to the side for a moment. Yeah, I believe your friend Kindred is upstairs on the top deck and is coming down.
Great. I go to meet Kindred.
Any of the rest of you come with Kindred or just Kindred?
I'll go
Leo?
with
Okay.
as well.
All right.
It's all
I'll follow.
So yeah, everybody. You coming down the stairs, you do meet up with Kindred and the rest of the gang. You see Iskra and Renan along with the human woman member of the Knights of the Living Order. So you guys are all together now.
So we can show you to the place where we found these boxes. It's kind of a squeeze, though. We maybe just a couple people in there. I don't need to go back in.
Yeah.
I'm going
Um,
to do, we may want to do outside of that room. Kindred, do you have the head?
What head?
The head of Gabriel.
Oh, that one. Sure. Why do you?
Wait. I don't
Back-
think I want to be around for this. Iskra goes up to the top deck.
It's just a head.
Pulls that out of his pocket.
Yeah, I'm just in that little sack.
Yeah,
this is why we can't have nice things.
That's still pretty gross, though.
But
I don't think I want to be in here as well.
she hands it over to Renan.
And I cast Speak with the Dead.
Oh,
Just right there in the hallway.
Why not? It's a good place as any.
Oh God.
Talking decapitated head.
Okay. Well,
All right, Aaron. What voice are you gonna do for us today?
It's,
Yeah, what's the sound of Gabriel without any lungs?
Yeah, and by the way, how are you surprised by this? I thought this was becoming quite evident.
no. I knew that you were gonna do it. I just thought you were gonna go to another room to do it. Because
Just
I
don't
would
want to do it in the room with the coffins.
I'm
Right.
going to the room with coffins, by the way.
You're going to the room with the coffins.
I'll go in
Got
there
it.
as well.
Saunders going over there. Kindred is like, are you gonna do this right now? Can we look at the coffins first and then we can ask? Or not?
Elves.
I suppose.
Okay. Just give me 1 second.
I wonder how.
You guys go over to the other room.
Yeah.
So you guys, those of you who go over to the small chamber, Pernilla shows you you see the elven woman standing in front of the closed section of the wall, and once you guys arrive, she just kind of pushes one onto it in a certain spot, and you can just hear it like it resists for a minute before it like and like clicks open. And inside, she brings her lantern in. You see the two stone or sarcophagi. That one, that word.
I know Amaranth was meeting with Gabriel for something important. You wouldn't suppose these are extra lives?
Wait, who are you asking this to?
The party.
Oh.
Galil.
I think I stayed behind with Renan.
Maybe.
Gabriel and Amaranth were cordial, but never quite allies. I don't know why he'd be carrying her extra power.
Kindred like shakes his head. This
What were they meeting about when you were in the room with it?
when they brought us over, they were talking something about some experiment or something that they had found, that he had found or they had found in the desert, and they needed Amaranth and the whatever information the Vault of Sages had to try and discover what it was. But I never saw what the things were. They just discussed that there were things that needed her attention.
Could it be another Riku Rauku situation?
was thinking maybe so.
It could possibly be. These were apparently buried somewhere out in the Anarok Desert.
This could also be very powerful
I don't really want to try and find out.
mummies or something.
I
Mummies
think
aren't real.
we should prepare for battle just in case.
Well,
There's a creature,
They look pretty tied up at the moment.
one
I'm
of the
just
few
gonna
creatures that
peruse
seems to
around
be.
the thing to see if I can find any type of markings on it.
Make an investigation check. Renan?
One of the few kinds of creatures that require such sleeping quarters in my world are known as Dompia, or in common
15.
tongue, vampires.
Would you say, Galil?
15.
15? Looking around the first coffin, then kind of examining the second, there doesn't seem like you can find any sort of written anything. The only markings on it, it seems like, are the
Green
sigil on the front itself. And even upon closer inspection, you don't even really feel like you see too much of a seam to where like you could see a lid. It just looks like a square, like placed over itself so very tightly. You don't
Let me
see
try something. I'm gonna take out water from my water skin and see if I can like press any of the water into where a slit may be.
Okay. Make an Arcana check for me.
All right. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a 5.
Not that you can detect, like you kind of move the water along the edges where you would imagine there might be some sort of seam or where the water could maybe seep into, but nothing that you detected changed. Renan?
Does anyone have the capability of using some kind of charm person?
I point to Kindred.
Why are you pointing at me?
That was a really good impression, actually.
Maybe. I could probably. Just
I
depends.
suspect we'll need it.
Well, we're not going to try anything crazy right now. Maybe now is the time we should ask. I don't want to try and mess with these things without
Neither.
knowing what they are.
When you mean now is the time to ask, are you talking about the severed head?
When you
We've done
bring
it before.
Gathering back, would he remember that you killed him?
Hence the charm person.
Well,
see.
I'm not going to be standing within his line of sight.
Yes, but he still may remember me trying to torch his face off with necrotic energy.
Right.
He looks over at you. So then maybe we can try making you look like somebody else.
I'm gonna just put my hand on the coffin.
Okay.
That could work.
The Iskra?
Just see if I can feel anything like
Isker wasn't in the room.
pouncing or
Oh. No, you don't feel anything.
I think we were not supposed to touch it.
No, I'm just kidding. You put your ear up to it.
that was a
hand
fake
grabs
laugh.
Nope. I
Freddy
mean,
finger.
it just feels like the stone feels cold to you with the touch.
What if we trick him into thinking that he's not dead by putting like his head on the pillow and then put the blanket over and just say that he's lying down?
I think
The
that's
blanket
really
could work.
mean to do. Poor guy.
You
He
know,
won't be able to move.
you might be onto something.
Oh no, are we doing this?
We'll just make him, because if he knows he's dead,
Let's go to. Let's come on. And he goes out of the room and into one of the like little side rooms where there are various bunks, these like crew quarters basically that you go into. And as you go inside, Kindred pulls some of the blankets back a little bit and takes the sack holding the head of Gabriel Frostborn and then places it on the bed, moves the sack enough off to the side to where the smell starts to come out of the bag, and he puts a blanket over the over the head, so you just see this like what looks like a little volleyball that's just sitting there in the center of the bed. Kindred like points over at it and says, "All right, let's try this."
All right. Does anyone have? Do you have the capability of making me look like someone I'm not?
Well, but that's what the blanket's for. He can't see you.
you use another accent.
That's going
Or
to
we
go
can-
splendidly.
He trusted Iskra. I would imagine maybe her asking the questions might work.
I don't think
Wasn't-
the spell doesn't work like that.
Oh, okay.
It's only one. It only works for the person casting it. It happened to me once, actually.
Ugh. How did you respond? How does that work? Are you just like thrown back into your body, or?
It was a weird
It's
experience, but
not
we'll talk
so
about it
simple.
later.
Yeah.
There's more complexity to it, but I suppose let's see how this goes.
All right. So,
And with that, I will finally cast Speak with the Dead.
I'm going to play the song that I played for him.
Oh my god.
In the
I'm
background.
conflicted. I'm like,
That's actually kind of smart.
I
The
feel
one that I
like
played when we were, yeah.
I feel like I don't want to be in there, but I also feel like I should be in there in case something goes wrong.
I feel like Soul is one of those people that's like, I'll be outside the door, just scream if you need help. I don't want to watch this.
Fair. I will do that. I'm not in the room, but close enough if need be.
okay. You cast the magic. Is there a save for this or no? I don't remember.
Nope, it just reanimates. You grant semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice within range. Blah blah blah. Has to have died within 10 days. It grants cryptic and/or repetitive answers.
Okay.
Question.
Yeah, I remember the rest. I just didn't remember if it was like anything super specific. Okay, hold on 1 second. I got something for this. Because obviously I've got all sorts of stuff for this.
Yep.
No. All right. So as the magic like is cast over this head, you can see there's like this light that kind of emanates from over Renan's hand, and the magic kind of settles over like a little mist onto the bed before it's almost as if the magic itself gets sucked through the blanket. And in that moment, you see the blanket, as still as it was, expand.
Ugh.
Almost as if there is a breathing now under this blanket. And there are two faint lights that kind of emanate from under the blanket. So it looks like there's just two semi-glowing eyes coming out from under from this shape on the bed.
Spooky.
And Renan thinks to himself for a moment. And then finally, Monsieur Gabriel, what is the purpose of the coffin, the hidden room on the ship?
They are for my own purposes.
Where is Amaranth's base of operations when not here?
I do not know.
Is there a teleportation circle within the city or near the city of Silvery Moon?
That I'm unaware.
Are there any other hidden rooms on the ship beside the ones with the coffins?
What's inside of the coffins?
What is inside of the coffins?
This is your fifth one, right? This is the last
Yeah.
one.
A future.
And you see, with one final breath, a deep inhalation to where almost the full form of the head is pressed in with the blankets. You see and the eyes light fades and the magic ceases and no more breath comes from the head of Gabriel Frostborn.
Oof.
Well, the daft bastard was useless after all.
Are you guys done in there? I did not like the way that felt.
Yes,
It's
we're
pretty
done.
dark. I'll keep playing.
Kindred
music.
pulls the blanket aside and like quickly pulls up the sack covering the head. See?
Are
Told
you
you.
going to keep the head now?
I'm sure I'll find a use for it later.
You could
Nasty.
burn it or bury it. Maybe. There's some options if you want, you know.
Iskra, what are you doing up on the deck?
Kind of pacing.
I'll leave the room.
Okay.
We're
Did,
not going to find Iskra.
Did you guys learn anything?
Nothing of any bloody use. And I just kind of storm past Soul.
The sarcophagus holds the future for these sons and daughters of Tiamat and the Daeans. There must be something in there that they had planned to use as a weapon.
Kindred's like, I don't know what happened to the other sarcophagus or boxes, whatever those things are. I know Amaranth was supposed to be studying them, but I don't know where she put them. But there's supposed to be more of them. He was going to hand them all over, I thought. Apparently he was going to keep 2 for himself.
Interesting. Well, there may be more in the dungeon where she worked.
We were just in there though, and we didn't see anything. She may have taken them with her whenever she left, or there's just somewhere where we haven't found yet.
Yeah. Do you want to make me know?
If they're even still here.
They're not under the protection of Amaranth anymore, so I have to imagine they'd run off.
Oh yeah.
Whatever they are, we need to figure it out and see if they are in danger being here.
How long was it
we-
since we took out the portal up north?
The night before.
Yeah, it's been like 2 days.
Not it's not even. This is like the next day after that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Last time
No, it
was
has been
all
2
drinking
days.
party from
It's
that
been
night.
2.
Oh
It's been
It
2
has
yeah.
been
days?
2 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
got
Oh,
a
that's
nat
right. Because
20.
when you guys came in, it wasn't until the next night that you guys had the. Okay, so it's been 2 days.
The shenanigans.
Okay, then tomorrow I might be able to find out.
Is this something that we want to try to figure out now, or
We'll have to keep a close eye on these just in case.
but we are still leaving though, right?
Oh yeah. But if Gabriel had these, I don't think we want the Thayans to have them at all.
Maybe we should let them take responsibility for it now, and then let us know if we need to come back.
But it has the symbol of Netheril.
And that, even though some of my memories aren't clear, but I do remember that symbol. If they have found something within the desert, there may be more of it out there. This may not be the only things they found. If I remember correct, I feel like I heard somewhere, I don't know if it was Amaranth who said it or Gabriel, but they had found a lot more than just these. These were just like sample studies.
Netheril is Tet, right?
The remains.
A Tet,
The
well,
remains.
Prior.
Tomulus was, yes, part of a Tet. It was a bunch of floating cities. All of the Anarak Desert was Netheril.
Wouldn't Riku and Raku know then?
Yeah.
They
I'd
might.
say we bring them here. Or take the symbol to them and see what they can figure out.
Yeah, I think it's best if we find them.
Mhm. Well, some of these druids are of the living force. They are also, perhaps they can call out to them, or know how to get a hold of them.
Hadine, who is the elven woman there, she just kind of shrugs her shoulders. I'm afraid our ability doesn't work that far. We would need stronger magic. We
I
can
mean-
speak to each other at close distances.
Weren't
But
they at the city?
who? Wait, who you
Some-
asked?
Riku and Raku.
Their last you had heard, you had left them in Atet, yeah.
Well
Why
then.
don't I go through the portal tonight and come back tomorrow with them?
Kindred kind of he thinks for a moment. I don't think you don't have to go through that portal. Let me double check. I think he can make one himself. Because
But-
the basically the way those portals work is they are they're like arriving platforms. They're not so much sending platforms.
Okay.
Sometimes you can use it that way, but for the most part, those portals act as like a place to go to. I think. Let me just double check.
Kendrick got the location coordinates for this portal.
Right.
We just had to let him know.
I think he might have it, but I don't think he has it on him right now. Oh, maybe he doesn't. Apparently he does not have you know what? It's still to be the same teleportation circle or teleport, but he doesn't have that ability. So you'd have to get somebody else who could send you somewhere. I thought he did, because he's talking about it, writing down the sigil, but maybe he was writing down the sigils for when he had that.
When he learns it. Yeah.
Kindred, I guess, what if you took a paper and embossed it on that symbol and sent it to Brazil? Have him get a hold of Riku?
I could probably try and figure something out. But for the moment, the less we have to touch them and deal with them, the better.
As I'm still touching it.
Of course you are. Renan, you get up to the deck and you can see Iskra is kind of like at the edges of the deck, looking out, kind of pacing a little bit back and forth. Iskra, you hear him coming up the stairs enough to hear someone returning.
I look over.
Iskra, are you all right?
No, not really, but it's fine. Did you get what you needed?
Not particularly, no. Was it Gabriel?
I mean, his head? I'm not used to being responsible for people's deaths that it is, and I mean, I went in there hoping that we could maybe get him to side with us, and it didn't work out that way, right? And that's how it goes sometimes. Clearly not a wonderful person, but something about his past suggested to me that, maybe he wasn't totally lost. So just the idea that I tricked him, now he's a headless corpse that we're exploiting. I tricked Lucia, now she's dust. I'm not really a fan.
Can't blame yourself for those things. And if it makes you feel any better, the spell that I cast did nothing with his soul. It just animates what's left. I don't cast necromancy. I don't believe it's right. Hopefully, if his heart is really not so far gone, then hopefully he's in a better place.
That is what we believe too, is they don't actually really leave. Nobody does.
So,
You sold your soul to Tiamat. But
so Iska,
Saunders'
You
eyes rolls
can't-
back and he says that.
you can't blame yourself for the choices of others, and you certainly can't blame yourself for the effects of war. I've been alive for 400 years, and the more that you beat yourself up about these things, the harder life becomes. You can't do that to yourself.
Well,
He picked a path and he followed through with that path. To us, it seems like it was on the wrong path, but who's to say all paths look wrong on the other end's eyes?
how much of that decision is really ours? Maybe in a few hundred years, I'll feel the way you do.
True.
You hear this coming up the steps. Kindred and Sonder and Galil, I would imagine. Unless you guys,
Hello?
unless you're still at the fucking box.
No, I'm going
Oh no,
upstairs.
no,
Okay.
yeah, I'm upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just everybody leaves and you're still like peeking in the room and then leaving and then peeking in the room.
Be like, I'm gonna open this.
Curiosity as to what a 3rd level or a 5th level shatter would do with that.
Kindred's kind of like does that like dusting of the hands kind of things like, all right, I feel like I've got some studying that I need to try and find.
What about that person that had the portal, the circle that we spoke with yesterday? Okay, now I actually don't remember. Was it
Yeah,
today?
that
or
was
yes-
today.
It was earlier
It was
today.
today.
That was today.
Yeah.
That is
Rennick.
Rennick. Yeah.
We got permission to use this circle.
No, not Rennick. Or, sorry,
Circle,
Rennick.
circle,
Yeah,
little
Rennick.
circle.
Double check this real quick. I don't think. Maybe you can.
It was hidden, right? Like behind a bookshelf or something, or a wall.
Behind the wall.
Yes. Uh.
Near like a pipe organ, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
He did like a cool little secret musical code to open it.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't say that you can't. So it is, I guess, a two-way thing. I thought it was more of a one-way thing, but it doesn't say that you can't. So then I was suppose then Kindred would know that, so he would tell you that you can go through that portal if you so desire. Yeah, but he can't use it. But if Rennick can use it, then he can send you through there.
Yeah, I can do that. Just Kendra, give me the sigil coordinates for when I come back, just in case.
Okay. He starts writing a bunch of sigils down on a parchment paper.
I take it, put it in my pocket.
He's like, well, if you're gonna go over there, and we're just coming back the next day, I mean, I'm probably gonna go with you. I need to
You think
ask.
we should all just go and then come back tomorrow?
Sounds good.
We can. Ted,
Someone go get Alex.
I need to go and I need to go ask some questions anyway.
I think Aliquin's sleeping. Why don't we just put this off?
Kindred's like, Aliquin, are you sleeping?
In his dreams, he sees
No,
Kindred's
you
head
just
pop up.
in the Aliquin dreams.
There's just a faint Leopolrodon, Charlie.
Leopolrodon. God damn it.
I believe it.
Oh no. Okay. Whale. No, Aliquin wakes up.
Yeah.
I'm awake.
Oh, did you
What's-
sleep all right?
Oh, just resting my eyes.
I imagine they took a lot of energy out of you to conjure both of those elementals.
Yes, but I'm okay now, actually.
Great work, by the way. Renan and I went and took a look at him.
Oh yeah, well, yay.
Or at least we were going to.
They were
I think I I can do that now, so I just needed to rest up for an hour or so. But I'm good now. So you guys find what's going on over there?
Not really.
There was a hidden room inside of the ship with sarcophagi.
Renan's just looking around at everybody sitting there like this.
Natural artifacts.
We
I'm
Oh,
gonna
shit.
make it a
What's
point
five?
to say out loud what I'm thinking into the spice murmur for Renan's benefit.
Okay.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Yeah, I will as well.
The
Thanks for
level
noticing me.
self-control it takes not to metagame on this. I'm just like, Renan has no idea what the fuck is going on.
And we keep forgetting.
Can I fly somebody over to wherever we can get these damn spice members?
So, we'll say that yes. I mean, you kind of explained the general situation, and Aliquin is up for going wherever.
We got food earlier. Do you want us to get you anything before you come down?
I'll grab something and go. Or actually, I guess we'll meet you down here. If we're going to the circle tonight, then you have to come through the hall anyway.
Right.
What time is it?
By this point, after sunset, a little bit.
People are having dinner.
Yeah, because when you were getting there, they were just starting They were in the process of making dinner.
We're
So
not
this.
singing again. Khalil's singing voices put in time
Oh
out
no,
for
that's
one moment.
perfectly fine. Renan is gonna take time while we're waiting for Aliquin, to start doing his cleric duties of walking around and filling people in on Hirsonos and his teachings.
Oh God!
Okay. So
When he
I
gets
mean,
near me, I'm going to use silence.
okay. All right. So I mean, you guys have to leave the Vault of Sages to go there anyway, so you don't have
Yeah.
to really wait around. So I would imagine that you might wait for a little bit, and you do catch a wandering eye or two, Renan, as people are kind of looking at you with your wings in curiosity, and you take the opportunity in that moment to be like, "Have you heard the good news about Santos?"
For just 10 cents a day, you too
10
can
copper.
experience the life and
blessings.
joys
Oh my god, that's totally how that works. Okay, so as you guys are doing this, I guess. So what is the plan? To go to Rennick, use the circle to go back to Atet, and see what information you can find there.
Yeah.
That way, we also get the mythal information too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I want to find Illy and let her know that we're doing this just in case something happens.
Sure.
Can't come back.
Yeah, and I would imagine at this point everyone's kind of already gathered downstairs anyway. They're either eating dinner or finishing up dinner, so it doesn't take too long for you to find Illy. You see several of the members of the Accord. So if you guys want to fill them in on what, I mean, it's up to you.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
Curious if there's any mithril armor in a Tet.
The one working on the thing as well. The main director of that.
Oh
Let
yeah,
her
I mean
know.
that's Jinda. Yeah, Jinda would be there. You see Jinda, you see Ko, Francilla, and Oberoth are all there at speaking with like Thalu and the others leaders amongst the knights. And after telling them of the things that you have found, you can see that Jinda is kind of like,
A secret compartment, you say?
and Oberoth, the Knoll woman, just kind of like puts a calming hand towards her. Calm down.
See what information you can find, wherever this is that you are going. And let us know the next when you return what you find. I will send some of searchers, I suppose, through the vaults, rooms in the back corners and see if we can't find where those other sarcophagi might have been stored, if they indeed are still here.
There is a prisoner by the name of Gaius. He seems to know more than he lets on. I would say try to get more information out of him.
Obroth looks over to Thalu, and Thalu nods. Of course, I will do what I'm able to do. I will get some of my knights that are better with gathering information and see if they can find something else he might know. Renan?
Did I roll persuasion?
4.
Convincing people that they should join the teachings of.
Sure.
That's still
Have
a
a
very
D100.
singular mind here.
Yeah, nope. One track mind. I appreciate. You're good.
D100.
We're gonna
So
start seeing
there's this
people
god,
following him
he's from another
everywhere.
plane.
Right.
But hear me
I was
out.
gonna say.
What?
He doesn't exist on this plane, but
Yet.
yet.
And we can bring his influence here. It'll be great. That is an 18. Could have been better.
It's not that they're not jumping at the opportunity, but they take it with like stride, and obviously you have wings, so they're interested in hearing news of yet another deity that is unknown to most people in this realm. So you have their curiosity, but you never know where that might lead in the future.
Sure.
All right. So gathering what things you can and having dismissed yourselves from Thalu and the rest of the circle, then you guys are now free to do whatever else you need to do before you leave. Anything else?
Would you say that we've taken a long rest now?
I mean, no. not within the last little bit. You've been kind of like maybe no, because you'd only been there for like 30 or 45 minutes whenever you were eating dinner. So it wasn't like that was like the closest to being a long rest, because you kind of just had to like chill for an hour.
You mean a short rest?
Short rest, right? Short rest.
I was going to say, long rest, that's 8 hours.
Yeah. Short
Could
rest.
we have looked for a potion maker or poison maker? Because I did want to see about getting some of those.
I mean, not in the amount of time that you had within the last couple of hours. If you wanted to spend some more time and asking if anybody knew how to do that, you could probably ask around. But
That's
at the
okay.
moment, you haven't seen anybody that looks like they have a little alchemy set, where they would be doing poisons or anything like that. At this point, everything seems to be more on the more benign side of things.
Mm-hmm. Healing potion dart.
Yeah. All right.
Great idea, actually.
Right? 1 damage, and then like
1d4.
1d8. Yeah, like a d4 of healing.
Be hilarious.
Like one way or the other, you didn't hurt them, but you might have healed them.
Like an infection of healing.
Oh, a little instant little syringe. Just throw just throwing syringes now filled with healing healing potion syringes that you just throw now. Oh,
Or he
my
accidentally causes acupuncture and it's like benefits them.
Yes.
Accidentally
I
hits
feel-
the wrong nerve. Ding.
All right. So gathering what supplies you want, or just gathering your things in general, you guys head back to the North Bank then, to the House of not Illusion. What's it called?
Million faces.
The House of the House.
No.
House of a Thousand Faces. Isn't that one of the places we went to before?
That
The
was
halls,
in Neverwinter.
halls of inspiration. That's what it was.
Um,
You go to healing them to death. You guys head to the halls of inspiration It looks a little more closed off and dark compared to whenever you guys had come in before. The front doors are now closed, but you knock, and it kind of echoes out in the chamber and beyond. It takes a couple of minutes before the door opens, and you see a tall human man, kind of balding down the center. He just kind of peers out
Human man, hello.
peers open the door. He's like, can I help you?
We're here for Rennick. We need to speak to him.
It's a little after hours. Is it urgent?
Just a little bit.
He sees everybody just gathered together with traveling gears, like,
Yeah, sitting there with like bow and sword in hand, like,
yeah.
no, we're just here for a casual visit.
We're
He's-
friends of Tricky.
Oh. Like closes the door for a moment. And then opens the door all the
Doesn't let
way.
us back in.
Right.
He's like, nope. He opens the door all the way. He's like, I guess you should have said that to begin with.
Yeah.
Figured. And you see him have like this
Harper's.
lantern, and he looks like he not that he necessarily has his pajamas on, but these definitely look like night clothes.
Oh, they're
Um,
pajamas.
So he leads the party inside. You guys are led down a hallway, a little stone off the side, a little hallway off to the side. That he knocks on another door, and he kind of turns to you guys like, Rennick was asleep, but I guess this might be urgent. You hear a brief moment, and then the door opens, and he's like,
Hello?
he just sees all of you. It's like,
Oh. What? What do you need?
We don't mean to bother so late, but it's somewhat urgent. We need to use the portal.
Well, why didn't you just send me a message?
Kendra's like,
Kendra.
well, I haven't finished. I haven't. He just looks at everybody. Haven't finished it yet. It's not in his spell book. It's in his spell book, but
We could have waited till morning.
Well, it's fine, I suppose. Get you out of my hair all the faster. Just make sure that when you're coming back, you send me a message next time.
That we can do.
Fine, just let me get my things.
he grabs a couple of components. You can see he just has like these tiny little boxers on. Just walks out.
Dude. Oh.
He takes you to the same big antechamber with the large pipe organ there in the back. And he, God damn it, Soul. And he goes over to the piano and then just pushes it over to the side without pressing any of the little keys or anything like that.
Oh my.
And then using his little chalky, like him and Kindred kind of confer what the sigil sequence is. And you see him step back for a moment, and the portal starts to light up on the wall.
He's like, well, go. That's fast.
Okay. I jump in.
All right.
Yes.
I follow.
Thank you.
Yes. Next time. Not so late, baby.
I will bring you back some herbs for sleeping from my garden.
You guys go one after the other through the teleportation circle.
Time warp
Dead
trio.
Bopper McFliggy Jiggy.
Yeah, that doodad, as the portal opens and then shuts around you guys.
I love
You
that sound.
find yourselves in a stone chamber that look somewhat familiar to those of you who have teleported in here before. Kindred turns to Renan and is like, "Welcome to Atet."
So we're in a room right now?
Yeah, it's just like a large stone antechamber, basically, and you can see on the floor a much larger. Oh, actually, do me a favor. Have everybody roll a dexterity check for me.
God damn it!
Oh,
I know what's
God.
happening. I
What?
know what's happening.
I forgot about this part.
Oh man. Okay, hold on.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with that. Roll
I
natural
think
19.
Yes.
Right? Am I good at dex save?
Iskra,
13.
How's that going?
25.
25.
28.
Wow.
I'm a
Soul,
monk, yo.
13.
13. Renan.
22.
Okay. So, as you guys had walked through the wall portal this way, you find that first step through the portal again meets
18
nothing
for you.
as you kind of just like pop up and kind of fall out for a moment before gravity like hits you again, and you are on your back on the floor looking up at the ceiling because it's just this weird like coming out this way, walking in this way, but coming up out of the floor and kind of just
Oh yeah,
like
that is weird.
yeah, you kind of step out and there's nothing. So for a moment you fall kind of forward before. So those of you who rolled over 20
What?
can, well, you're still, those of you under 20, you're just on your back. But those of you who kind of got over 20, you kind of catch yourself to where you're still kind of like squat down a little bit and kind of like balancing on the backs of your shoes, and kind of like oddly grabbing onto the floor. But it's a little bit of a trip. It was just now that you know what to expect this time, you probably won't have to worry about it as much, but it is a weird sensation.
We're just gonna have to fall onto the floor to go back. Just fall forward, face plant.
Yo.
You can try. It'll be an interesting experience. You see the open doorway there in front of you, and it kind of beyond it, what looks like almost like an open cathedral with several large torches and braziers that light up this cool dark space. It feels like you're in a giant church that just is like this little side room that has the teleportation circle in it. There's a brief moment when you're like looking around to see if anybody is around, and before your eyes you can see that there's like this little bit of mist that suddenly starts spinning on the ground and wraps itself upwards into a vaguely humanoid form before you hear the voice of Atet. Oh,
Nice.
good to see you all once again.
That's a new trick.
It's good to see you again too, Atet.
And in a form that we can see.
Oh, that is true, yeah.
When did you learn this trick?
Probably a couple of days ago, I guess. You can see it's a very almost ghostly, it's almost like the Haunted Mansion at Disney World, kind of like you can see through it kind of thing. So like the bottom sections where her feet would be, just there's no form to them. It just kind of like turns invisible. But she has like an upper torso, like basically from the thighs up, you can see her nearly invisible self.
Renan is studying her somewhat closely from afar.
Sorry, elves are rude.
I see you have a new friend. Hello.
Friend is kind of pushing it.
My name
Renan Rivers. And
My-
you?
My name is Atet. I am the city now, I suppose. It's a long story.
I'm sure.
I did not realize you were coming back.
Just for the
I don't know.
night.
I don't know why. I think that song got accidentally put in this. I was like, what is that?
It works. I get the vibe.
Yeah.
Late night city vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can do, or do you need a place to stay? It is already rather late.
Hmm.
I
Well-
mean, I have my place here, so
Right.
I meant, but like, prepare. We weren't prepared for your arrival. So, do you need to reach anybody? You guys are like just staring at me awkwardly. I'm just like,
I'm waiting for you to finish.
say something.
Oh, I'm here to see Riku and Raku.
And then also talk to you when you get the chance.
Yes.
About yourself and how mythos work, because Kindred will fill you in, but we
Yes,
found the mythal.
Oh, another mythal.
This one is not
Non-sentient one.
right. It's not held together by a humanoid, but rather some kind of crystal.
Oh, I will see what I can find.
Perfect.
Also, I was hoping that maybe y'all would have learned of my clan's whereabouts or their well-being.
Your clan is fine. They have settled into the southern parts of the city.
They are here.
Well, southern being a relative term, but they are here in the city.
Oh, that is great. I feel so
You-
good.
Follow me.
Smile
some-
at Soul.
It's like I have something to show you.
Okay.
And she leads you guys through the halls of Atet, and you can see now that there are people, several people that you don't recognize, just like walking
Nice.
amongst you here in the halls, like going towards the dormitory sections. There's a few that like carry a couple of bundles of scrolls and books that seem to be heading towards libraries.
At this hour? Damn.
Because at this point here, I mean, it feels like it's probably would be around 10ish by the time that you guys have arrived, but where it doesn't feel like it's super late, basically, in other words, but it's still nighttime. And you gather that from some of the windows that you pass, the
Eastern
darkness
part.
that is outside, but you can see that there's like a moonlight. But you see that there's the center point of Atet, which is like that large school, for those of you who haven't seen this before. It was once like the learning center within this city. And whereas before it had kind of a more of an abandoned appearance, now it looks brand new. In fact, you see even some of those floating balls of like magic. Oh my god, what were they called? I have it written down, but it's
I have him down too.
Arbiters? The Arbiters? Hold on. I have to like
sounds
double
familiar.
check. Yeah, I was like, I feel like that's what they call, but like suddenly the
I've
name
heard
just
them,
went
so
boop. In any case, you see what looks like this giant eye.
spectators.
Huh?
Mechanical spectators.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah,
look
the
like
spectators.
yeah, they look like those things. So it was like basically a giant eye, Renan, is what it looks like, but it's it looks part metal and part stone that kind of just like shifts and moves. And as it moves, they move around. You see a couple of them. They kind of like will scan sections of the wall and move along, and then scan another section of the wall and move along. And the people here just kind of seem to just completely ignore them. It's just completely become part of, existence here, it seems like. You get to that big main entrance hall, the echoey chamber where you remember what feels like ages and ages ago, the fight between Pigug and the leader of the Sand
Thomagos.
Pirates. Yeah, Thomagos. That you had taken place in this very hall. But now this hall looks like all the other sections, well taken care of. It looks completely brand new. All of the windowed panes of glass have been completely refilled and are now shining the moonlight from outside. And as Atet leads you outside to the open courtyard, you see what had once been a somewhat abandoned front yard or front section of this school now is almost garden-like. And as you take that first breath of fresh, crisp air, you get the scent of the ocean. And it is a smell that you have not sensed in many, many months, at least for some of you for a lot longer than that. But for Iskra, it's been a while since you've smelled the ocean. But you can hear.
Is the Ted here with us?
Yes.
Atet's everywhere.
Well, I'm aware of that.
She's currently leading you guys out to the that open courtyard.
Looking around, Renan says, "You're beautiful."
Oh.
You see Atet kind of stop,
Cough,
looks,
suck up. Cough, cough.
Blushes.
Atet looks back and just kind of does like a little bow. It has not all been me, but I appreciate the compliment.
The city blushes.
We have a vibrant city now, in comparison to what we were not so long ago. We have had many new faces. But come, I want you to see this. And she leads you to the gates that enter into this closed off section of the city. And now you can see beyond the gates, there are various torches and lights that come from the immediate vicinity, almost like a small little neighborhood of from that kind of expands a couple of blocks outside of the city. And she leads you to the wall of the gate and a stairwell that leads you all the way up to the top. And upon reaching the top, you are greeted with the sight of a very different Atet from the last time you had seen it. Currently, beyond the limits of the edges of the city itself, lie a vast expanse of ocean with far distant smudges that look like possibly land all across the horizon. A brilliant moon shines down upon this glistening sea that you find the city of Atet is now in the middle of. You can hear the crashing of waves somewhere far below the city striking at its underside, as it's still floating above the waters, but it's kind of resting in the water as well. It's like, we are not where you left us last. I'm sure everyone will be eager to see you come morning. Most have already retired for the evening, but I wanted to show you the view by night, as it is something to behold.
It's a
have never
spectacular
seen
place to hide.
anything like this before.
Welcome to the Sea of Fallen Stars. And that is where we will end for tonight.
Wait,
Lil, your mom looks really pretty in this light.
stars?
Yeah,
Cool.
Oh, we're all the way over there.
So, yeah, you are, well, yeah, it's like that whole section is Sea of Falling Stars, but it's not like directly in the center of that, but you're in that general vicinity. And we will pick up on that next week. Thank you, everybody, for a wonderful evening of shopping.
That was a fun way to start.
Shopping and what else was it? Mummy finding
Yes,
or whatever
please.
it is. all of those things.
Someone just say Yas Queen.
Yeah.
Yes, someone just said
Making
Yas
sure I
Queen.
heard right.
talking head puppetry.
Yep.
Hey,
Thank you,
it's black there.
thank you, Taco Master and Emo and Parrish for your subscriptions and gift subs. Welcome, Broken Chains, to our little fun family, and everybody else who joined us tonight. It is good to see you all once again, as always. And actually, I think those of you who would care to watch, tomorrow night, I think we'll be broadcasting a special one shot that will be done by a new DM, and it will feature a familiar NPC as Aelin takes part of a little something that we have cooking.
Cool.
So it'll be a side experience because he is currently still in Silver Moon since you guys left him there. So this is
Hey,
worked out.
I let him know that day before. Well, earlier today. Wow. Yeah.
That you're going to be going
That
back.
we were gonna leave and then come back.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's so pretty here. Maybe we'll just stay.
Yeah.
Should we just say, let's be bad. Let's order some fries and we'll just stay.
We have brunch in the morning.
We'll have brunch in the morning. We'll have mimosas on the terrace or whatever. But yeah, so tune in tomorrow night. I think we're starting at 6, I want to say. So that'll be on here as well. And then we'll have our regular Game of Santos night next Tuesday. Hopefully we'll be able to get all of our peeps in. We'll see.
We will
And,
return to our normally scheduled program.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you for everybody who joined us tonight, and we will see you next time. Behave, be good, and be safe.
Night, y'all.
Bye.
Behave.
Lot to ask.